hours. So as I welcome you this morning, know that it's an open mic Friday. And when you call us when the time is ripe, keep it short and simple, keep it civil, keep it humble. Okay, to kickstart the show, we're going to join Rufai Hussaini, who is going to tell us his thoughts on some stories making the headlines. And then after that, we will also talk together. Stay with us.
Still a couple of stories making the rounds, and I just want to do some quick analysis this morning. It's called an eye-opener. So do you know that despite the fact that the government announced subsidy gone on May 29, 2023, and the argument they made then was that they announced subsidy gone because of the state of the country and the fact that there was no budgetary provision for the subsidy, that they lied, because the records from the NNPC actually show that they paid subsidy up till 2024, and in fact they spent 7.1 trillion in paying petrol subsidy up till 2024. And we have to scrutinize the record. So work with me. They announced subsidy gone, and they said there was no budget provision for subsidy. Petrol price jacked up to about 600. As at that time, the government was still collecting, or the NNPC was still paying subsidy. 2024 record shows that the NNPC paid about 7.1 trillion in subsidy in 2024. And it was labeled as energy security expenses. So they deliberately didn't want to call it subsidy. So they called it energy security expenses. And that's why at the end of that year, it was difficult for the NNPC to be able to make some remittance to the government, because they still went ahead to pay 7.1 trillion in subsidies. So the question we should ask them is, why deceive the people by saying subsidy gone, and a year after you still pay 7.1 trillion in subsidies? It was now after 2024 you now say, oh, that we have removed a lot of the encumbrances and we are no longer doing this or doing that. So that 7.1 trillion, what account was it? How was it appropriated when you are told the people that subsidy was gone? These are numerous questions that the government fails to answer. Because you see, in the subsidy debates, yes, even if we support, okay, pull out subsidy, there must be a level of accountability and activity to cushion the effect on people. Now, people's lives have been punched, to sadness, and people struggle to live their lives because of this erroneous policy, that there was no cushioning effect. When you look at it, this same policy was what, when you scrutinize it fully, this same policy was what led to the jacking up of inflation and led to a lot of creaming out of the people's money, because inflation is actually a tax you pay. It creams out your economic prospects. But they didn't tell us, and they were not bold enough to come out to say that in 2024, after announcing subsidy gone, that they paid 7.1 trillion. So these are numerous things, are the questions that they fail to answer. And that's why we should ask them about this I'm saying today. How did they pay it? They said they were using it to buffer the effect of pricing and export and foreign exchange fluctuations and everything. How did they pay it? Secondly, another money we should now ask them is that of the refinery. After paying 7.1 trillion, around that time too, they equally claim they spent another $3 billion. That's over 3 trillion. On the refinery, it will be about 10 trillion. When you put in the money they pay for subsidy and the price. So what transpired around that time? Where is the refinery today? These are pertinent national questions we should constantly ask, because if we don't ask this question, Nigeria will not move further and go ahead to do great things as a country.
New semester, new adventures. Lock in the best.
So we need to ask this question for the sake of development of our country and for the sake of accountability of our country. Now you know, it's an NNPC report that after President Umahi announced subsidy gone in May 2023, they paid subsidy up to 2024. And they were telling people that the reason why they won something is that there was no budgetary provision. For NNPC paid 7.1 trillion in subsidy fund in 2024. And they didn't come out to tell Nigerians all of that. They didn't come out to tell Nigerians all of that. And these are the fundamental long-term problems that we are having in the country today as we speak. So we are waiting for them to come out and like.
Glad to know you're still listening to Voice of the People, and we're still with Rufai Oseni telling us what he feels. And this one was a comprehensive one we just talked about, this fuel subsidy removal. Well, Rufai, so, let's continue from there.
My brother Yango, so you see that revelation, Abi?
Yeah.
You see, these are the things they will never tell you. That's investigative journalism. And you see what they did. They now changed the name to something called Energy Security Expense. So after the time they came out and lied to the people that subsidy was gone in 2023, subsidy was not actually gone. NNPC still claimed 1 year worth of subsidy, about 7.1 trillion naira. NNPC don't even remit money to the government. And they sold out rules to people. So, you know, you see, when they make their lies and the argument that they say nothing was left, it was not budgeted for, that was why we removed it. You can see that is a lie today with that revelation. So, how did they see the 7.1 trillion? And that's the way they keep deceiving a lot of. And that's why we said NNPC should be made to open their books in a forensic. And you see, the question is, why is it so difficult to probe NNPC in this country? Why? Because I've never really seen a real probe of NNPC. Anytime they try to probe NNPC, the case dies down. This refinery, $3 billion, the case has died down. The probe about, what is it called, how even subsidy was run, the case has died down.
Yeah, the 210 trillion, someone is saying that there was nothing missing in NNPC at that time. The director has come out to say that is in the
that 210 trillion, you know me, I like to deal with facts and go. I just think it was a bogus number being peddled by whoever peddled. But I check Nigeria oil revenue, we didn't do that much. We didn't do that much over those years, let's be realistic. And if you also if we, what's it called, we did that much, they were also cost incurred by them. So that money, I don't like making arguments that are not logically founded. You get my point? So maybe it's because of my training, but I don't like making arguments that are logical. That's why I'm not going to mouth it and say 200. Go and check their book. NNPC has books now that they put out every year. They put out an annual report now, so I don't think it's a feasible number.
So if they put out the annual reports of the of the numbers that are correct, why are we still calling for them to be probed?
See, why are we still calling for them to be probed? I mean, people look for things.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that number, it's not a feasible number. It's not a number that is, over explanation. Many people just pick out things. Why are we calling for them to improve? Till today, is that not how one of the senators shouted that there's something happened in the Southeast Development Commission? Have we heard anything about it? That number I'm giving you of 7.1 trillion is actually it's in their books. But they changed the name. When they want to do GBT with this subsidy thing, if you remember back when Buhari came, that's why Buhari said there was no subsidy and there was no subsidy is a scam. In the first year they started paying subsidy. You know what they changed the name to that time in NFC's book? They called it undercover. This one too, because subsidy has gone and they now call it energy security expense. So they know what they are doing. I like to speak to facts, but we need a level of probity that asks questions about these things that happen here and go transparent. We speak to the facts. Let's speak to the facts. Let's ask them these questions. The accountability, just like we're asking questions. If somebody dies under extreme circumstances, person's body is no longer belonging to the person's. The person's body now belongs to the state. Investigation. That's why when Mohbad's case, let's give the full with Mohbad. So please, that's just the way we are also begging for this Habilla case. Because see, a country where you have a lot of unsettled mothers, unsettled deaths. Let me use that word because I don't know if they came up. But unsettled deaths, whatever condition it is that killed Habilla, we need to be able to know the cause of death. All right. Was she hurt or did she have a earlier ailment? Because now I hear a lot of stories. They are saying, she had a boyfriend, she was sick, she was that and everything. Okay, can we have a proper autopsy? And you see, it's not about the fact that no, we don't want to carry autopsy. It becomes a question of the states. It becomes a question, and you see, when you quickly rush to bury like that, you have a case on your hand that destroys the case because you bury an evidence. So we need to be able to say, this is what transpired. This is what transpired, that is what transpired. Just, for the sake of clarity. That's all we are asking for. That's for the sake of clarity. Because you see, if you have a country where you have a lot of unanswered questions, then it becomes a country where anything just goes, and go. And when you have a country where anything just goes, it starts to bring a bad precedence.
My curiosity is because the family is saying that they don't need an autopsy. Why would the family say that and hurriedly bury their own child?
So that's one thing that's also increasing my curiosity, Yanko. I mean, a family would normally request justice, except if they say, we take it as an act of God. But even if you take it as an act of God, as long as it's in the public domain, we all the responsibility to be able to know what was she sick before now? What transpired? I mean, these are the questions we should be able to. And if we don't answer these questions, Yango, it brings more problem for the country because we start to stay on an edge.
Yeah.
It brings more problems for the country. And you see, we live in a country where we have too many unanswered questions. Unanswered death. Till today, Fushon Williams. Till today, Attorney General Bola Ige. Till today, Delegiwa. Many. Habilla is also one of them.
Yeah, so
I mean, for the sake of clarity.
I read the statement that he gave, Umahi gave in a press conference, and then he gave detailed conversation between the boyfriend of Habilla and Habilla herself before she died, and I just was wondering how he got that conversation. He didn't say it was a WhatsApp message that they later found. He said that was what they were talking about.
That's his own side of the story. That's why we need to hear every side of the.
How did he even know what they were saying word for word?
Now that the father of Habilla is not even ready to talk to the press, we don't know. And the other girl, her friend, that was close to her, that one is nowhere to be found. Have they seen that one? Have they seen that one? So many unexplained. It's just like the case of Tanimola. They said Tanimola died. He died, finished. Then they used bulldozer to bulldoze the hotel where he died. Hey, what's going on in this country now? What's going on in this country now? We are not in a banana republic now. We want to believe we still have a sum of the. How can somebody in a very important case like that, then the next thing Tanimola died, then the next thing they bulldozed where he died? Who asked them to bulldoze where he died? So there are many unexplained things that are going on in this country. Who asked them to bulldoze where he died? At least people should be able to take evidence. Forensic. In fact, the first question we should ask: have forensic experts even gone to do the mapping of the room in where Habilla died? Have they taken forensic samples? And you see, for anything you can call Shuwore, it's because of Sahara reporters we even know something like this happened. Because the Sahara reporter first broke the story. It was after they broke the story, he now started reacting to it too. We didn't know. And based on the report, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't like to talk if I don't have facts. I think she had even died since June. June 20-something. You get? Then Sahara broke that story. It was when Sahara broke that story, then he reacted. So if Sahara didn't break the story, that's why we're not going to know. And that's why we should ask questions.
First news was that she was a physiotherapist, and the physiotherapist.
Yes. Did you also see another story that said physiotherapist said they didn't see her name in the?
Yes, they all came out and said she's not. Now she's a nurse. Some others are even saying she may not be a nurse.
So the question is, if she said she's a physiotherapist and she was seconded to his ministry, how will you second a physiotherapist that didn't have physiotherapist registration to the ministry? I mean, the story is not adding up somewhere. I don't know if you get my drift on this.
Yeah.
So now that the physiotherapist has said, association has said she's not, so how are we going to second the physiotherapist in the first place? Nurse, can we also check the nursing institution registration for nursing institution? So something is not adding up, and the quickness in the bids to be able to, I mean, every normal family will seek justice. We even want to know because of their uncle. If his father just says, "We swear, is it that the father hates the girl so much? Is it that the father doesn't even like his daughter so much?" At least for the sake of closure, he too also would like to know what transpired.
She was found naked. She was found with bruises. She was found in a way that you, the owner of the house, the landlord, you should ask questions, and maybe some people will be arrested by now because you are suspecting some people might have done some foul play. So why are you so comfortable?
You should not just throw the story of this girl away, and the next thing you are saying, people that are blackmailing me, we are going to sue them. Enough of this, politicians trying to sue defamation to threaten everybody. I mean, what's this country becoming now? See, in public, people ask questions. People say all sorts of things about you. Which I'm going to sue people. I'm going to pick them. Insinuating. I'm going to sue. I mean,
Trump just paid money that the courts asked him to pay for the case that he had with that woman.
Oh yes.
And he's a sitting president. It cannot happen in Nigeria. After
he tried to evade it, look for who he went to. He did a lot of protests. He went to many courts, tried to revocate. They said no, that judgment is valid. He paid $5.6 million. He paid. That's what we call a system that works. Nigeria, the problem is the system is too compromised. No institution. Institutions kowtow to big men. And that's why you see everybody wants to become presidents. Everybody wants to have power. They want to know somebody to have power. People have so much lived like life to an extent in Nigeria that they can't trust that their hard work will take them anywhere. So for them, it's about a big man somewhere. And you don't build a country that way.
It's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
We would like to ask that question, just like we're asking a lot of questions this morning. But I can't wait to see the pictures and the videos from the outreach yesterday.
Yeah.
Impact has been made in the lives of people. You guys are going to finish up today,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yesterday. We're starting
Well,
at 8:30 and then take to 5 o'clock. So.
Then we start planning for next year. We'll make it a yearly thing. That's how I give back to the people. We make it a yearly thing. The next one is the students' debate, because we need to intellectually refurbish the minds of people. I want us to give millions to students that win debates here, sponsor their education. You know why? We want to show that education matters. You know, we live in a society where there's an Olodo uprising.
Yeah.
Any Tom, Dick, and Harry comes to say rubbish on social media and they are rewarded, but we want to reward intellectualism. And that's why I see we're calling all of you, all of our supporters, sponsors, and everything, brands, be part of this one that we want to start to student debate. In fact, if we can, when you plan, let's extend it to primary schools, let's extend it to secondary schools, let's extend it to universities. So we should not always just do secondary. So across every cadre of society, we want to start bringing about intellectual developments. That's what we should do. That should be the trend. You get primary school. We have a section for primary school. We have a section for secondary school. We have a section for university students. University students should call in, debate each other, argue about issues. Then the people should vote them in. You know, we should have clear mix of let intellectualism abound, Yango. That's what flourishes idea in a country. But when you have a country like Nigeria, where the Senate president is joking with Oshomole and saying, "We saw a video of you rubbing a woman's leg." That's what they are discussing in Harrow Chamber. Can you imagine? Did you watch that yesterday at Fabio? So he said to Oshomole, "We thought it was AI. When we saw a video of you rubbing a woman's leg." Eh? That's the kind of conversation they're having in our Harrow Chamber.
Anyway.
Rubbing a woman's leg.
So after the super highway, the coastal road, Tinubu approves Lagos Ibadan road reconstruction and legacy highway expansion.
What are they reconstructing the road? No. They've done that road already. The road is. Why are they talking like we don't go to? What are they reconstructing the road?
Yeah. So they'll just enter.
At least Buhari did rail around that corridor. They should. Maybe they promised. Part of this coastal road. The first rail was supposed to be part of it. Today the rail conversation, they're not even going there at all. Eh? Have you forgotten? Rail was supposed to be part of this too. The middle care was at least okay. Can we also do other infrastructure? At least Buhari, bad as a bad, we did see the rail he did. Buhari did Kaduna, what's it called? He did Kaduna this thing. He did Kaduna Abuja, Abi. Under him, Kaduna Abuja. Under him. Forget Buhari, bad as a bad. Now he do second Niger bridge. Here you know. Eh? Let's do second Niger bridge, because this one they are not starting at them. We've done more projects than Buhari. That guy too do projects. Now do second Niger bridge. I mean, don't forget. Now you should make us about the real.
And he worked on the road well. And if this road is that important and he's calling it a legacy project, then why didn't he do it?
They don't do the road before now. Which expansion will expand again? So I think that's what I look for. That where is the east-west road? The other roads we have not done. Where is the east-west road?
Buhari did Lagos Ibadan standard gauge
Where
railway.
is Warri, what's it called, road? The road from Benin to Warri, that road is so bad. Over 10, 15 years ago, when I used to be around that area, that road was good now. Eh? All that time I used to shuttle Benin now. That road was good, but today the road is so bad. So can we focus on other roads? You see, the first argument me I had against them with the coastal road. Do you know at the time that they were starting the coastal road, they wanted to do it for 15, they said they were going to do it for 15 trillion. Eh? I was telling them that, see, there was a study, it was the same Ministry of Works that said, there was a study that said most of the pre-existing roads in Nigeria can be fixed with about 15 trillion. You get?
Yeah.
Even if it's a long-term loan you took and you say, okay, all the roads in Nigeria have now been done, been fixed. Major federal roads that were pending. At least we know you've done something. You know, I don't understand all of this Lagos Ibadan Expressway.
Buhari did Lagos Ibadan railway. He did Itakpe Ajaokuta Warri rail line. Abuja light rail
yes,
metro.
now
Abuja
even
Kaduna
Warri Itakpe, because I now know
Apapa Port rail extension. Yeah, all this.
Yeah, I mean, and that thing is so beneficial now, because now people, my friends that live back in Warri, all they do when they want to go to Abuja now is that they first travel from what's it called, Warri to Itakpe. They enter the rail at Ujenwe. They go to Itakpe. From Itakpe, they take a 2-hour car and they're in Abuja. I know people that go to Abuja through that means. They first go to Warri to Itakpe. So it has even closed. It has even also helped their journey time if they are going to Abuja. I think the rail leaves about 3 o'clock ish. I mean 7 o'clock ish, and it gets to Itakpe around 3 or thereabouts. Then from there, another 2 hours, they're already in Abuja. I know people that go like that to Abuja.
I don't know. We'll still keep looking at them and seeing what they can do or they want to do. Senate now, after we are facing so many pressing matters, but the law they have just brought is law against preaching and hawking in commercial buses, and says that 50,000 naira fine should be imposed. Senate is the one that discussed this.
But when we talk better things, we major in minor in this country. They're preaching and hawking in commercial buses. But they don't stop political campaigns in commercial buses. When they come to disturb us with their political campaigns, there are no laws against that one.
Okay, Tinubu launches is it 3.05 billion dollars poverty reduction plan.
Okay, let's say it pans out. We need to be able to inject multiple money to the people. So let's see how that pans out.
At this time, you think they will use it for the people, or
maybe it's another form of vote buying, because you remember how they used trader money as vote buying that time. Oh, I know, young girl. Now today I did the business.
I was in a market in this Lagos, where the vice president himself came to share money, trader money.
Now vote buying now, trader money now. Now vote buying now. We call them as when they did that one. Now vote buying. So why is it now that they are launching it?
Okay.
Yeah.
3.05 billion. Anyway, U.S. reps passed bill to withhold all assistance to Nigeria until terror attacks are addressed. That's another story that is on the Sun newspaper.
Some people were saying the other, I think it was my friend and brother Farouk were saying that there's no Christian persecution. But all the videos that are coming out of Plateau, is that not Christian persecution? So, and this also segues into the talk about Muslim tickets.
Muslim ticket. They're still coming back with it, like, you know,
and they're still coming back with it. So there's no Christian persecution. So
anyway,
we keep deceiving ourselves in this country. No Christian persecution. When you now use the word genocide, you say no. Don't say it. It's not genocide. Why are they running away from the word genocide?
I think the definitions, I don't know the dictionary they use, because definitions that we know, when it gets to the federal government, they define it differently, and laws are interpreted.
No, you know why they run away from the word genocide? They don't want accountability. Go and look at the definition of genocide by the bodies, or go and look at the definition of genocide by Lepkin, the man that first, talked about genocide. Once there's an intent to exterminate a group of people, it's genocidal in nature. So
they don't know any better. Then because even the laws okay. For instance, we have somebody who is a permanent representative in the United Nations who came out to say that the United Nations does not interfere at all we're not even concerned whether we like what Sheyi Makinde said or not. But for Jimoh Ibrahim to say United Nations does not interfere in the affairs of any country whatsoever, it just meant he didn't read.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. With due respect, what do you expect Jimoh Ibrahim to say? Somebody that Tinubu favored. You think he will come and speak truth to power?
Couldn't he have chosen some other words than to just say something?
We don't even need to go far. Should be Alhaji Lai Mohammed threatening to write to the United Nations after Gbaja incident happened. Alhaji Lai Mohammed is my very good friend. We gave them platform on inspiration to come and abuse Jonathan then, because it's free press. What are we saying? APC did worse. In fact, let me tell you, go and learn opposition from APC. How to be rascally, brutal opposition. Go and learn it from APC. So that's why when they talk all their jazz caliber, they try to defend me. I don't care. I say it the way it has to be said. That's just it.
What? At least if you want to lie, think about the lie first. Plan your life first. This one is just saying it, and this is not a lie. It doesn't sound like a lie. It just sounds like ignorance. Someone who doesn't know what really is.
They have amnesia. After they named the road after President Tinubu. At least Coastal Road now. Bola Tinubu Coastal Road. Every road, in fact, they should name it after. All the streets now should be named after President Tinubu to make him happy. That's where we should be going now. Just everything, name it after him.
I saw one small mall. I'm not sure it has up to 20 shops that was named after him somewhere here in Oshodi. And I was like, okay, everything will just
everything name after him. In fact, Young God said, we'll change your name, Young God.
Hey, God of mercy. I beg.
That's what we
Oh, dear God. Anyway.
Young God, Tinubu.
Hey, my people will disown me.
Sure, people will disown you. Because it's funny now. I mean, they're naming things and you're still in power and you're there, you become like Trump. That Trump is naming. Oh, wow.
Anyway, Rufai, let's drop it here. Let's pay some bills and continue. I'm wishing you a wonderful day.
You please send me the videos of the.
Yes, I will. I will.
Please send it now.
All right.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
And let's start planning for next year's out.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Let's start planning for next year's out. God bless you.
You too. God bless you. Okay, so, well, as we concluded with Rufai, we started our health outreach yesterday. We saw so many things that we could have done better, and we're hoping to change some of them. But the major thing that gave us a problem yesterday was the internet, which was beyond our control. The internet in Nigeria internet, NEPA, well, we still call it NEPA, no matter how many names they changed. All these things are the ones that give us problems. And the gadgets, machines, everything that they were using were supposed to have steady power and then a stable network. We're hoping today will be different, but we would like to just thank God. Thank God. We prayed for a clement weather and we had it. There was no drop of rain. There was a very beautiful sunshine that we were experiencing, and the shade that people were sitting in was really good. So we thank God Almighty for that. And we thank all the people that came out, especially the ones that volunteered to do the things that they did. There were so many of them. In fact, at some point, the volunteers were more than the patients. When we just started, the volunteers were more than the patients. And then later on, we had a crowd of people, and they were not overwhelmed. They did everything so well that, I don't know, anytime we are planning this thing, we just call that committee. I'm just trying to make them a committee of people who we can work with, people we can ask questions, people who can help us do the things that we need to do. Because when we were facing some challenges, some of them even came together and tried to donate money to do the things that we were lacking, and I was touched. For people who volunteered, we're not paying them, we're not giving them transport. In fact, yesterday we couldn't buy water for them even. And someone said that he was coming to do one or two things for us. Some people disappointed us, but God no go shame us. Today we hope that it's going to be better. It's still the same venue, St. Jude's Catholic Church, Mafoluku, Oshodi. So if you want to come, find your way there. For those people who came yesterday and could not be treated, we'll try our best. Could not consult with the doctors. We'll try our best to begin with you. And those people who were recommended for testing this morning will also begin with you. The people who are coming today will have to stand in line and be treated too. We hope that we'll have a better number this morning, or today rather. We'll start at 8:30 and move on till maybe 12 o'clock. We're not stopping at 12. Maybe we'll take a break of like 30 minutes or 45 minutes because of the activities at the Lagos-Ibadan Road Legacy Highway expansion. Gbaja Miller sues Adeyemi for 15 billion naira over fake agency claim. INEC unveils mock presidential poll plan for 2027 election. Senate bans preaching, hawking in commercial buses. Kogi abduction rescue. Principal, NECO officials, students freed. And then nurses dead. Umahi police demand autopsy amid family bid to stop autopsy. We also have Tinubu launches $3.05 billion poverty reduction plan. U.S. reps passed bill to withhold all assistance to Nigeria until terror stops. Then we have Balawunti is telling the Senate that 210 trillion naira is not missing from NNPC accounts. We also have names of those who died as far back as 2011 remain on INEC records. That's according to the chairman, Amupiton. Okay, we also have INEC begins comprehensive review of its cybersecurity data system. Is there? Tinubu will continue to protect. Okay, Tinubu is saying we'll continue to protect local and foreign investors across Nigeria. Senate rescinds passage of Proceeds of Crime Amendment Bill for fresh scrutiny. All right, so let me just take a peek into that story. The Senate on Thursday rescinded its earlier decision passing the Proceeds of Crime Act Amendment Bill 2026, citing the need to address substantive drafting, legal and policy issues identified after the legislation was approved on July 9, 2026. They approved the legislation on July 9, 2026, and then right after that, they found some loopholes. So they didn't read it through until they passed it, until they approved it. Anyway, let's see what happens. Appeal Court upturns judgment against INEC's timetable and guidelines. They have upturned the judgment of Federal High Court Abuja, which nullified part of the election guidelines of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC for the conduct of the 2027 general election. So there's problem now. Fire on the mountain for a lot of parties because of that. You might just want to read that story. And then we also have Mary Habilla was like a daughter to me. That's Umahi. And then in that statement, he also said Mary Habilla had a boyfriend. I don't know how that was related, but yeah, he said so. And then went ahead and gave word for word, according to him, word for word that the Mary Habilla and her supposed boyfriend used in a phone conversation. I don't know whether he was listening in, but he's given us word for word. If you want to read, just go find it. You will read word for word. Just type in word for word what the minister said, and then you're going to have that story and you hear what he says. Okay, let's stop there so far. The lines are 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903. We also have 080 3692 9933, 080 3692 9933. And then for WhatsApp, it's 081 7175 6338. We're ready for your calls and your messages right now. Beginning with this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Andy.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say is it only road that Mr. President will be doing in Nigeria, commission road? What has happened to other seaports in this country? Then we go to Apapa now. Go to Apapa from my two. For you to get to your destination, to Apapa is something else. Lagos are so congested that because of seaport and international, what this our permanent navy likes to suffer us? What has happened to other seaports to be working so that they can really reduce unemployment? I'm begging government in the name of God, let them expand all those things to other states. Whenever I'm going to Apapa, my mind pissed off. My name is Friday. I'm calling from Ajawa State.
Oh, Friday, calling on Friday. Thank you very much, Friday, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Hello, Mr. Yambu.
My Oga.
How you doing?
No problem.
All right. I know so you do fine. Now, boy, yes, no, from Afro-Media.
All right, go ahead, person.
My brother, can you see all the news, even on television and radio? You can see that there's no single good news. It's just like the other guy said, commissioning road is where are the roads? When most of the roads are dilapidated, and you're telling us you are commissioning roads. Look at the Senate. Can you see? You have, of course, you have. I congratulate Mr. Oseni Rufai because he hit the nail on the head the way it is. That's why I am proud of that guy. Look at Akpabio. Can you see a whole Senate president and a Hallard chamber?
Oh, Boyerson, I don't know what happened to your call, but maybe you'll call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yangu.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Yes, I'm back again. Thank you for picking my call.
What's the
I
name?
beg, when you end this your program, play that your music.
Which one?
I'm using my living tone. By Dan Carlos.
Which of them?
The one, those who that said that I will have no something. You know the song I'm talking about now. Judgment Day. Is it Judgment Day?
Okay, okay.
Okay, let's do that one.
Don't worry, don't say other things.
Okay. David Umahi should be ready to sue all of us. David Umahi should be ready to sue all the old Nigerians. And what is the wife of the president doing about this case? Is it a woman? Is she not a woman? This kind of thing is happening, and they cannot even come and say something. He's just busy discussing about those people that they deported from South Africa that now they went there and they came back empty-handed. I don't know if you had that interview, if you had that interview. So you get. You should say something. This is to the woman gender. Thank God for, what's her name, Auntie Esther. That lady, she's really speaking out for the women. Please, those women should not keep quiet on this matter, on this issue. How did they get the conversation with the remind the conversation with the girl's boyfriend? Does it mean did he tap the phone? Did he tap their phone? Please, Nigerian women, stand up for yourself now. This thing should grow up to step on it. Like I said the other time, this woman, the man should be arrested. That's the father of the girl. The man should be arrested. This means an accomplice. They kill your daughter and you say they should not investigate. They should not leave it for God. We tell it for God. That girl can be somebody's sister tomorrow, can be somebody's wife tomorrow. That girl can be first lady tomorrow. Now look at the way they wasted their life. So my take is just that Nigerian women should not keep quiet on this matter. And for the Abiola date, please, they should not cover it up. They should not cover it up, please. I don't know if you have listened to the interview of that one of those adopted kidnappers. He was discussing on that radio station. The first one of the he said they tied I just go and listen to it in what they call Nigerian Info. Somebody interviewed the man.
They chained them.
They changed them, and he said so many things that before they know it, that they were even laughing that if your government can cooperate with them, that they will release you. After a while, they said the kidnappers were even laughing. I even showed them where to pass, and they are coming to us that government rescue them. So that's my take. The man should be ready to sue all Nigerians on this matter. He should be ready to sue all Nigerians. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, but my take on this is that it's not a woman's thing. It's a humanity thing. It could be a man tomorrow. It could be a boy. It could be a girl. In fact, there are reports coming that in the same house, people who had disputes, allegedly with a minister, 5 engineers who just went. Nobody knew what happened to them. They just died. And those are reports coming. I didn't hear them when it happened. I didn't know about them when it happened. But obviously, they were all there in public glare. I just missed them. So those ones that died were men. If they also died in circumstances that we cannot explain, and now a woman is dying, we shouldn't leave to any gender. Whenever someone dies in circumstances that we need to interrogate, all of us should speak up. When something goes wrong, all of us should speak up. It's not that women talk for women, men talk for men. No, humans should talk for humans. That is what I propose. Anyway, let me take another call. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Yango, my line went off.
Oh, okay, I don't know why that happened, so please keep it short since you've called back.
Okay, let me just keep it short. That's I'm saying is that the people at the helm of affairs, all what they are doing is just deceit, nothing but deceit. They cannot tell you this is like this. When they tell you this is white, of course, check very well. You will understand that it's black. So that's the point. What do they gain from deceit, propaganda? From David Umahi, Senate President, mentioned is it Gbaja? Look at the whole thing going on. The whole thing is going. They cannot say the truth. Rather, they will threaten to go to court, they sue, and so on. What a country! Yangu, have a nice weekend, Jared.
You too. Have a wonderful weekend. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, my name is Leonard from Yaba.
Okay,
Yangu.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, it's unfortunate that we are witnessing this thing. And if you go to other sectors, they are telling you that Umahi, even from the time he was the governor, has turned himself into a monster. That is what they are saying. Now, Umahi was boldly telling us that nothing can happen, that you do something and get away with it. He was talking with impunity. That if anybody should come to after him, he can stand. Even after somebody has died under your roof, and you are telling us that, and you invited the people. You invited them, not that they came on their own. And now, because in fact, Tinubu should remove them if they are not best for the same feather. You hear them Umahi today, you hear Gbaja, you hear Akpabio, you hear, just name them around surrounding Tinubu. Until no more is there. All these things are happening under Tinubu's vision. So they people and they are comfortable. Which means they are best on the same feather. Yes, that is truth. And then somebody is coming to defend all these things. All these things that are happening, you are defending them. You are defending Tinubu government. That is something an anomaly. Let us face facts. Let us make facts. Let's squat out of our this thing so that we can have a breath of fresh air. They are strangulating Nigerians. Tinubu's government and Tinubu are strangulating Nigeria. That is truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Yangu. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Alaba.
Daniel, go right ahead.
My own take is that where the head is rotting, the body cannot hold. I have seen the level of our leaders. But what I'm begging my brothers and sisters in Nigeria is the choices for them to choose the better way to go on 2027. But because I listened to one of my brothers that sang a song. He was asking a question. What's a one in this country nation. So I want to ask, what I want in this country, Nigeria? So the choice is ours, be Nigerians, 2027. Get your PVC ready.
Thank you.
You are listening
to your the number one station.
to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
Give malaria a double punch of Cortesonate and ammonia queen. An effective combination that Camosunate. Camosunate is anti-malaria therapy. Camosunate comes in 4 different packs for different age groups. Below 1 year, 1 to 6 years, 7 to 13 years, 14 and above. Camosunate.
Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Janet Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet. Voice of the people. Find your brand. Find your own.
Okay, let me read some messages now, and we'll continue taking the calls. I will start by reading what Dave Umahi said. Let me take just 2 paragraphs of that. It's a very lengthy thing that he said. The statement is very lengthy, so just 2 paragraphs. The lady in question, I'm quoting now, the lady in question was like a daughter to me. She had stayed with me for 3 years. She was a staff of the Federal Medical University. She was a nurse and not a physiotherapist. And the family and my family are like one family, and she has her medical records in Turkish hospital being paid by us. She spoke to her boyfriend at the hour of her death, complaining that she was bleeding from the nose, and the boyfriend said, "No, you have to report. You see, that stopped." So the boyfriend said, "Listen, I will not continue this conversation since you're bleeding. It will increase the bleeding." She told the boyfriend, "Don't cut the call." The boyfriend cut the call, and 3 minutes later, the boyfriend called again. She was not responding, and even in the morning, she told the boyfriend she was going to bathe because she locked her door. So even in the morning, when they broke the door and discovered that the tap was still running. But what baffles me in this country is that everything becomes an opportunity. Now there is a guest house where she and the second medical person stayed, and that is very far from where I stayed. And so it means that, God forbid, if somebody dies in the Ministry of Works, the minister must be accountable for that. Is that what they are saying? Is it that they are saying that somebody cannot die? Have they checked the medical records of the lady? Do they know, that this lady was like a daughter to me, and that everything goes into politics? But what I say to people, be careful. Life is spiritual. When you want to use the unfortunate death of a young girl to play politics, if we have hands in the killings, it will follow us in our family. But if we don't have hands and you are jumping into it, behold, this is David. I am a man of full grace. You don't tackle me anyhow and go out of it. So be careful when you want to use the death of that young lady, one of my best workers, a nurse, a staff of the federal government. Somebody said, "Oh, they were transported. The second girl is from Benue State, and that girl has worked with me as a governor before she was employed. It's very difficult to replace her." Okay, there's so much more that you can read from there. So you can go to Daily Trust newspaper. It is word for word what Umahi said on controversial death at his residence. You can do whatever you want with that information, but I've shown you where to get it. That's what the minister is saying in his defense. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Please call us back and put off your radio while you're talking to us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yango.
Oh, good morning to you.
Wishing you happy Friday, happy weekend.
Same to you, my brother.
My name is Shala.
Oh, shall I go on?
Yango. See, this country, it's a country of impunity by those that are supposed to be leaders. They don't lead by example. Okay, now,
look at all the allegations here and there on government functionaries, top government functionaries, from the chief of staff, even right to Minister of Works. And like we heard, this man has been having issues. Look at the last case of the woman that accused him. And to talk of the fact that this man even talks with arrogance, threatening people. He's the one that right under is when something happened, is the investigative parent. He's the one coming out to give us a report. So that's why they don't even look at the lawmakers. They don't do the needful. They are making law that works against the people. The law in Nigeria is for the poor people. Okay, you are prohibiting preaching in buses and hawking. How does it? Is that the problem of Nigeria? There is terrorism there. Why don't they make laws that people that steal should be killed like it's done in China? Laws that can help this country, they never make the law. And that's why I've said something. I used to say it now. The solution to Nigeria issue is that they should be restructuring. You used to say that the same people will be there. Let me tell you, the difference is that governance will be closer to the grassroots. Imagine that these regions have their government. Let's say in Odudua now, Yoruba land, for example, the state, let me say maybe our Aswan will be maybe in Ibadan. You understand? The people can easily go to their governor, to their president, or whoever that is in charge of the region. Same thing with the East. It will be closer. People, but in this case now, they are all at the center. They are in Abuja. How, So that's just my point. Without restructuring, so that governments can get closer to the grassroots and the people be able to get closer to their leaders to hold them accountable. Without that, we are not going anywhere in this country. I keep saying it.
Thank you, Shola. And like I always say, when Dave Umahi was in Ebonyi State, Ebonyi people knew his house. They knew the state house. They knew everything about him. They know his parents. They know his sisters and his brothers, his cousins, and all that. You couldn't hold him accountable. Do you think if we just change a name and say we are a region now, the people can do that and go to their local government or go to their states? How many people go to local government chairmen to demand for something in this country? If you can get me a figure, I don't know. How many people go to sit down their chairman, not even the governor, their chairman, or even their councillor and say, we demand this? In my experience, I have not seen. We only hear, you are not performing, we will drop you from the same political class that installed these people for us, and we are not saying anything. So whether we go to the region or not, all our states are autonomous. We know that there are a lot of things that come from the federal, but now, for instance, they're sharing a lot of money. They shared trillions just recently. The June sharing was trillions. A lot of money went to the states. How many state members of any state will go and demand accountability from their governors? I don't know if you have that figure. So it's not as if when they go there, the governors tell them to go to Abuja. No, they just don't go. So changing, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not. Maybe it will bring competition and all that. But right now, there are a lot of people who feel that the entire Lagos is ruled by one man who may not even be in government in Lagos. In fact, the entire southwest, except some pockets of places here and there, is ruled by one man. Do you think if it becomes a region, the man will just suddenly run away? That's the question I'm asking. So why is this possible? It's possible because the people let it. So whether as a region, whether even as a country, it will be the same. Until the re-engineering enters our head, we may not be heading anywhere. That's a personal opinion though, but you've given your personal opinion. I'm just answering you why I say what I say all the time.
If you want to be heard, say it here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. People, 90.3 FM.
Give malaria a double punch for Protestinate and Ammonia Queen. An effective combination that Camosunate is anti-malaria therapy. Camosunate comes in 4 different packs for different age groups. The 1 year, 1 to 6 years, 7 to 13 years, 14 and above. Camosunate.
Amoxicillin, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Zenith Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet inside.
You are listening
to your number one station.
to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
Okay, since you're not touching that dial, let's go to the messages as promised. Let me begin with this. Please, when you're writing your messages, please keep them short. I'd like to read like 5 messages in 1 minute, so that people who are talking as well can talk for 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds. But the message that will take 2 minutes, that's news. Okay, so this first one is saying, good morning. Tinubu approves Lagos-Ibadan roads construction or reconstruction and will incompetent and tribalistic Tinubu approve the roads construction of dilapidated Benin bypass roads before December. Appeal court validates INEC date of presidential election, and INEC chairman Joash Amukpiton intentionally moved the date to 16th of January was to disenfranchise electorates, especially people from Southeast and South-South, because he knows that many of them will travel to celebrate Christmas and New Year, and some of them will come back to their different states by end of January or first week of February. Leo from Lagos sent this in. Please, everybody, if you know it's going to affect you, you cannot vote because you are traveling, travel earlier or travel after the election. Please do not go. If you sacrifice that moment for the future of Nigeria, then you have done a lot. Because if you are traveling to maybe go and build a house, what if it happens that you cannot live in that house anymore after the 2027? So vote. Make sure you vote. Your village know they run. Yeah. Okay, good morning, VOP family. To me, Nigerian laws are not applied equally to all, which is too bad for us as a country. How can a dead body found in the house of Umahi, the Minister of Works, and yet the minister is not arrested by police for questioning? The minister is not suspended from office by the president. I fear my country called Nigeria. Senate bans preaching and hawking in commercial vehicles is funny. I ask, is that the problem of Nigeria? Who these senates or senators are who are these senators representing? Today, Nigerian oil marketers are selling petrol price over 1,000 naira, and Senate are comfortable while Nigerians are suffering. It is unfortunate that Nigerian Senate is majoring on minor and minoring on major. Benjamin from Shogunle sent this in. His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko said the death of the young lady at the residence of Dame Umahi should not be swept under the carpet. Okay, what is happening so far with the presidency and the passage of the 2026 budget? One cannot doubt that President Tinubu does not know anything happening in the Asu Rock. It's so sad the way the presidency is trying to suppress the truth from Prince Adeyemi Adeniyi by arresting him while they were the ones that included his ministry's budget in the National Assembly. It's so sad that at the end of the day nothing will happen, and the corrupt fingered officials will still be there to detect what the laws for us. Whether they like it or not, Nigerians have known the truth, and it will be made open on the day of reckoning. Have a blessed day. Mazio Gochuku from Sherry Oshun, or aka Elder General, is saying regional government is only the solution to save the country. Our National Assembly has made themselves a gathering of frivolous people. Sudden death of Mary Habilla should be thoroughly investigated without any sentiments. Issues of Adeyemi and Gbaja are a national distraction. Their Baba should tell them to return our money to federal purse. Governor Sonolu, we need our head bridge in Toyota bus stop, Ladikbo. And this is saying the case of Gbaja and Adeyemi reminds me of Bisala and Dimka in the military tribunal of 1976 that tried the plotters against General Murtala Mohammed. He was brought in as a principal witness. What happened? Dimka shouted, you are one of us, therefore you can't witness in this case. He was summarily arrested and turned to a suspect and executed. What will happen now to Gbaja? They should do the same to him. From Bruce in Go. Okay, and then we have okay, let me just take this call first. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, call us back. That means we couldn't take your call. Okay, maybe you didn't hear us. INEC chairman mulls mock presidential election before 2027 general election. Wonders shall never end, as INEC would want to insult the psyche of pauperized, multidimensional Nigerians eating sand, with their preferred candidate sold to the Nigerian electorate earlier and thereby calling the shot of the opposition. INEC and chairman must exercise restraint till 2027 before they surprise Nigerian voting public with their abracadabra and the subsequent comeupances of upheavals that would trail their acts. Who is that APC chieftain mouthing that Nigerians are now comfortable with Muslim ticket of the APC government? Is he living in the moon not to have seen the false ego the Muslim ticket has given fundamentalist Islamic jihadists that are hiding under the fig leaf of Nigeria being a Muslim state to wreak havoc on innocent citizens of Nigeria? Given Muslim ticket, Nigerians witnessed Boko Haram, romantically called bandits and terrorists, that morphed to ISWAP, ISIS, Lakurawa, and Mahmoud. Lest we forget, the Nigeria Constitution 1999 preaches secularism with no state-owned religion by virtue of Section 10. Those jumping and prancing for a Muslim ticket 2027 must not disturb other Nigerians with a shout of Ebing Pawao, which means we are hungry again. Let the day's own problems be sufficient for the day. I humbly submit. From the desk of Dr. Ugo Suji in Festac. Dr. Ugo, thank you. Nice even. Well, okay. Beautiful weekend to you all in the studio. The dangerous man called Dave Umahi named the coastal road after Tinubu. Please let the National Assembly rename Nigeria after Tinubu so that peace will reign in Tinubu as a country. What a jobless set of human beings called APC. Please, Wajabia Mila, include the following in your suit against Prince Adeyemi, the CBN, the National Assembly, the DSS, and the executives for being grossly incompetent in their respective duties. One chance government, oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotumegbe. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Yamgo.
Good morning, sir.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good work. I missed your program yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
I hope I can make it today.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
better. Good. Go on.
Just yeah. The good morning, what this is Mayor Pastor.
Okay.
Let me start the hawking ban by the Senate. It's so unfortunate that, like somebody rightly said, our legislature is majoring on the minor. Is that the problem in this country? I learned somewhere, I got in social media, that an accident occurred in Lagos just some few days ago, where all these Abro were dragging with steering with a driver of a container, and he lost control. So those ones are not important to senators. The killings, the maiming, the kidnapping are not important to them. They are talking about something. But it's unfortunate that we don't have a legislator. Those are just jobbers. We tell the people that it's not only because about the expressway that we have. Means he wants to do road only. We should also extend it to other places. This same road that we already did for over how many years has been on. That just shows it's mass deceit and it doesn't make any that every year, every government is talking about the expressway. That doesn't make sense. And finally on Governor Umahi, it's ready to face Nigeria, because this is on public listing that even the past engineers from Enugu that traveled to during his government, Abakaleke, in the state as governor. That case, the family struggle and nothing came out of it. We leveled it that it was out of a died out of communal class or something. But this one, you cannot escape this.
All right.
It comes to all of us. So people should be ready to face that this is a crime against humanity at a leg. So he should tell us what happened. It's not only the man, the father that has that life belongs to Nigerians. It's a crime against state at a leg. So it's not only the family.
Right.
Let him explain to Nigerians what happened to that young lady. That is all the thing. And she's ready to leave that position, because we can't have that kind of person as a minister. in a friendly country. Have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you very much. Okay, have you seen how God pays those who prosecute or persecute the innocent in their own counterfeit coins? Femi Gbaja that was captured in short video allegedly urging one senator from Southwest to continue to scatter the opposition parties is today involved in an alleged monumental scandal that may enter World Guinness Book of Records. Dr. Dave Umahi, whose ministerial brief appears to include attacking Peter Obi unnecessarily, is now involved in a messy controversy over the death of a young promising lady inside his own residence when Nicolas Maduro was persecuting opposition in Venezuela and rigged himself to power. He didn't know one day nemesis would catch up with him. President Tinubu, George Amokpiton, and the Nigerian judiciary should learn lessons from history. Do not toy with the 2027 general election. Pascal Chimezie sent this in. And this one is saying, a very brilliant morning to you, Jamgul. For me, it was a great privilege seeing you. Oh, at the outreach yesterday, though it was below expectation. It was very obvious that Nigerians don't have a single trust on this government. The worst is that the government is not helping matters and the questions keep pulling up, yet no answer. Ikemba from Mafoluku Oshodi. Ikemba, yeah, we noticed some of the things that happened, but today will even be better. Good morning, sir. How are you, work and family? Please, this message is for you. I'm interested in attending the health program today, though my work is time consuming. I want to beg for a favor. Okay, come early enough. That is what we can say, because I don't know, there are so many people that were not attended to yesterday because the network was not clement. There's some things that were just, especially the network, so people, a space of time that we could have attended to like 10, we're using to attend to maybe 1 or 2, so it slowed down the process. But at the later hours, the network was good enough, but these nurses and doctors all over the world that were standing by to talk with the people, they were really tired. There was no break, nothing like that for them, even though we said we're going to start at maybe 12 or 1. We started earlier than that. The consulting started earlier, but we were having network issues, so we're trying to address the network issue this morning, and a lot of people will be attended to. Some people went home with their numbers or their cards. They had field forms and all that. When they come, we will attend to them, and the people who are coming today, we will also make sure we try to attend to everybody. This message says, is Dave Umahi doing the work of police detective officers? The way he's making statements about Habilla makes him sound as if he's guilty. He should have been arrested and taken in by police to give statements and not hold conferences and interviews. As for a ban on hawking and preaching in commercial buses, let them stop insecurity and create jobs first before talking about hawkers, because that shouldn't be their priority. Chief Ugbo sent this in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yango.
Good morning, my brother.
How is the weather?
Weather is fine.
This is Mayor from Ikotwegbe.
Oh, Mayor, thanks for calling.
I would really appreciate what people are doing in Nigeria. I know that the hand of God is upon your station, and it will never cease in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yango, I want to ask about just what we call peace committee during the election that headed by Marty Kuka. Am I correct?
Yeah, there was a committee like that. Yes.
Every 4 years, you always send a committee. They call them peace something, sign agreement. I call something.
Yeah.
Abu Salam is here. Please, where is Abu Salam? Where are they? Are they in the country?
Good question.
Where is Abu Salam? Where is he? Since they are peacemakers, where are they? Nigeria is burning down. They don't want to go and make peace for Nigeria. Where are they? I'm asking this question. Where is Gawan? Where is Babangida? Where is Obasanjo? Where are they? Where are they? Where are those elder statesmen that eat our food free, in free accommodation, free cars, free food, free everything? Where are they? Where are they? Nigeria is burning down. Where are they? Are they still alive? Are they still in Nigeria? Or where are they? I'm asking because they are called the elders of the land, and elder will not be at home, and things will be destroyed. Things will be going down on daily. They remain quiet. That means there must be a wicked. There must be a wicked elders. There must be a wicked elders when things is going wrong. they remain quiet because they are comfortable, they are secured in their home. Is that have to be an elder in the country? Where are they? Well, I don't know. So they remain quiet. After 4 years, we see Matikuka now say they want to make a peace accord. They want to have a accord. Where is she? Where is everybody? Where is she? Where is Bakari? Where is Debo? Where is Kubi? They are the elders of the. Where are they? Where are they? For God's sake, where are they? It's great to them. It's great to them. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Have a wonderful day. Okay, it's unfortunate. This is the much we can take right now. I'm in a hurry. Let me just go to the venue of the outreach, St. Jude's Mafuluku Oshodi. If you want to be a part of it, you can come join us there. And I'm sure that people are already there and waiting, and the officials are setting up. The volunteers are there. I trust my people. They will be there at this moment. But I'd like to thank you all. I'll be back here at 10:30 to do the brunch with you, and we hope that you're going to be there. So let's pay some bills, and after this, it's Ogendibo. We're talking about Too Handsome and Adibo. They will come talk with us. And Kele, everybody. All right, my name is Nyamgul Agaji. Have a wonderful day.